do you read Beyond Order 12 More Rules for Life? Short answer is not really. No. I think if you're new to Jordan B. Peterson, the best thing you could do is go through the Bible lectures or the 12 Rules for Life. I think that's much better content than this. If you have read those already, then yeah, I think this is fine. I think the best part of this book, in my opinion, is the introduction, where Dr. Peterson goes through all the problems he had with his health and his addiction to benzodiazepine and all the places he went. He went to Russia and Serbia and a whole bunch of different places. And I think also rule number 10 is really good to read, and maybe rule number 11. But I think other than that, I don't know, it felt like a lot of stuff. It was just like a bit of a filler. Maybe it's because I'm familiar with the mythology that it covers in certain rules, the myth of Isis and Osiris, and a whole lot of different symbology that I felt was a bit like shoehorned. I felt like okay, he had at the beginning of the chapter like a picture, and then later in the chapter he explains the symbolism of that picture. But I don't know, I didn't feel like it added much there. Than some nitpicks. I feel like this whole, I don't know if you've seen the trend, but sometimes instead of using he for a neutral third person, he uses he or she, which is really distracting. Because when you're reading a sentence, it just doesn't roll off the tongue, when you're like, he or she did this and that, he or she did this and that. It just gets kind of annoying. I think it's much better instead of he or he/she, it would be better if you really want to be progressive. Then, okay, pick the she as a default. I've seen it in some books, which is, not great, because the default should be he traditionally, but okay, you want to do that. And then later in the book, it's not even consistent, because then later in the book, in some later rules, he uses she again, which is kind of like confusing. Also, I don't know, if you're tired of Harry Potter analogies or Pinocchio analogies or analyzing Disney classics, then there's more of that here. And I think, interestingly enough, I feel like the stuff he covers in the intro is one of the most important, I think the best stuff in the book. And he felt like he couldn't publish a book like that because it would be kind of disrespectful in a way to people who went through the pandemic and all the difficulties and all the issues people had with their families and their disease and the pandemic and so on. But I feel like there's good potential there for a future book. I would definitely read it. I think that's way more interesting than, an extra 12 rules that, whatever. It doesn't, I mean, I think what's covered in the first book is really good. In this one, rule 10, let me see what it was. Rule 10 was plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationship. It explains maybe some ways of negotiating when you're in a relationship with someone, how to find middle grounds between what you want and your partner wants, and kind of like meet in the middle sort of thing. I think rule 11, do not allow yourself to become resentful, deceitful, or arrogant, was also pretty good. And maybe the rest, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, if you can't have enough, I don't even know why you're watching this video, because then you have already read this 10 times forwards and backwards. But yeah, for the average person, I don't know. If you're really interested in the guy, you have consumed already all the better materials he has, like previous book, 12 Rules for Life, and the Bible videos. They're basically lectures. They're also very good. I think even if you're not a Christian, there's a lot of to appreciate there. In the stories and the interpretation and the symbology, there's a lot of good stuff there. But for the average person, I don't think there's anything here, to be honest. If you want to be, sure, read rule number 10, 11. And if you still want to, have more, then have at it, But other than that, I don't think there's much here going on. It's okay. It's serviceable. You're a fan of the guy. Why not? But for newcomers, much better ways to get started. All right, that's it for me. Take care. Bye-bye.